this area of the state was the most productive area and had the highest population west of the Mississippi early on, before the turn of the century. It attracted farmers who plowed up the prairie. It attracted people who wanted to make their living off of farmers. And the big markets developed in Dallas, Waco, Austin, San Antonio, all up and down the Blackland Prairie. The railroad ran through this area. There was a lot of development, a lot of influx of population. And it was just so productive that people wanted to plow up everything they could get a plow to. And most of the farmers then had some kind of livestock because they depended upon them for food themselves. And so whatever was not plowed up was grazed, and overgrazed generally.
I guess the sad thing is that there's probably less than 1/10 of 1% of the Blackland Prairie still exists in the prairie. Even in, that's counting all the little, if you push together all the little cemeteries and strips along old railroad rights-of-ways and corners left in fields and things like that.
5-acre hay meadows.
5-acre, 10-acre hay meadows. If you push all those together, you got less than 1/10 of 1%. So it's the single most endangered ecosystem left in Texas. And the truth is, short of certain areas in North Texas, there's no way to have a prairie like the Blackland Prairie unless you remake it. And that's why we decided to build one. And this is part of it here. There's about 70 acres here, and we've got probably another 200 acres over there near our house in an earlier stage of succession. But gradually we're bringing more and more of the farm into prairie. And it involves, like you saw when you were at the house, you saw all those seeds we had collected this spring. We'll plant all those in the prairie in early fall.
And we have had many groups out here, school children, scout groups, SCS tours, academics, conservation groups, and the children who come out here are so amusing in a way, and they also tell us something about their generation, because when they step out of their car, they will look out here and they'll say, "Do we have to walk out in those weeds? But there are bugs out there, there's snakes out there, there's stickery things." And so we just tell them, yes, we're going to walk out in the weeds, and they very gingerly step out into the prairie. And after about 15 minutes, especially by the time we get to the bottom where the grass is over their heads, they are romping, jumping around, building nests in this tall grass that's way over their heads, and just having a ball. But their initial reticence is very dramatic, and it's nearly always the same. They've grown up in town, they've been on concrete or mowed lawns, and this is kind of a scary new experience for them.